I'm under the scorching sun in Guano sublocation in Tana River County. Highs here got to as high as 35 degrees. It's an interesting mix and history here. The composer of the Kenya national anthem, Meza Galana, actually stems from Guano, and there is a unique monkey species that is not found anywhere else in Africa except here. Yet, on another side, right now, students, parents, families are struggling with access to water and to food because of the drought. And we're told that many years ago, this was a lush place. Many of the parents had cattle, in fact, hundreds of them. And then they began to cut down trees. In a sense, they meant well. They wanted to be able to cut trees so that their cattle could have something. But in the end, they've reached a point where students who are gathered behind me, this is their point of access for food and water within the school. Many times they go home and don't find anything. And another big issue, the retention of girls completing school. Many of them drop out when their parents decide to move for greener pastures. They take their girls with them. And so we learn about how climate change is directly affecting not just fathers and mothers, but girls, and widening the gender equality gap. I'm Mbugua. This is Rewrite Her Story on Citizen TV with Plan International and Inua Dada Foundation. Let's learn more about how this situation is affecting the lives of so many and how we can do so much more than we are.
Climate change, it has really done a lot of destruction to these communities. Because when I started work at the age of 21 years, this is my first school I was posted right from college. So when I came here, most of their parents have got thousands of cattle. One household has around 500, the lowest with around 100. When I came back for the second time, those families with 1,000, they have 20. Those families with 100, they have goats, they don't have the cows. Drought has swept all those animals. The destruction of the environment. And it is they themselves, they destroy the environment. How do they destroy the environment? As they move with the goats and the cows, for example, they can come with a shocker and cut this one tree down so that the goats can now eat. Forgetting that next year, this tree won't be there. Do you see now? As they continue that one over the years, nobody was educating this community the impact of cutting these trees.
So they are suffering as a result of what they did many years ago?
Yes, many years ago.
Tana River many times also faces drought, especially on the herders. They will move looking for pasture and water, and that affects the education of their children. They will move their children. That is one major challenge we normally have. Some areas we have boarding schools trying to retain these children. But again, it has not really stopped completely, the issue of children moving.
The girls have been mostly affected because most of the house chores are done by girls in this community. They are the ones to go look for firewood. They are the ones even to go look for food. The women and the girls are the ones that provide food here. Because how do they provide food? When they get the milk, they are the ones to go and sell. The men and the boys, they take now the herds to the grazing fields. Now when there's drought like this one, most of the girls there, they drop school. That's why the impact of this drought, it has really affected the girls. That's why you can find, even in other classes, there you can find 17 and 4 girls. Others, like class 8, they are 19, no girl. But when you go to check their record in class 1, class 2, they were enrolled with girls. Where are they? When you look for them, they have dropped. Let me give you a case story about today. A mother came to take a girl because she wants to move to where the cows are. Then I told her, no, let the girl remain. Then I said, if what the challenge is that this girl has a grandmother, does she have an extended family? Yes, then I can provide food. She accepted my idea. If at all I couldn't have come with that idea, do you know that girl could have dropped school? But if at all we only talk and there's no affirmative action, then you can find not all that they'll benefit on education. And my concern is all the girls, they should be educated. Once the girls are educated, the community, all the community will be educated. I have to get a girl before I retire that I have produced at Tara Primary of my own, that she is a nurse at Tara Primary dispensary, or a teacher teaching at Tara Primary.
From 20 years ago?
No, they completed school, but they did not choose a career of teaching and nursing. They go into other fields, either military or clerical. But my concern is there a teacher that comes from her so they can play a role model? When I'm talking to her, she'll be free, and talking to the community, being free. That's so good. But I've never got one up to now, and that is my dream and my admiration.
So hopefully when we come back to see you next time, you say you got a girl.
And that's why I'm very now vigilant on the girls, very much vigilant. I follow them up to their homes and try to talk to their parents, and we share the challenges together.
Are some of them starting to listen to that?
Yes, they're listening to that, because now they're opening up. See, they're opening up, and they tell me now very deeper things, because me, I've told them, although I'm the head teacher, but I have taught your fathers.
The cultural practices of some of these people is also an impediment to the progress of a girl child, like FGM, which the government is really trying very hard to stop. Actually, we are supposed to be through with FGM by the end of December. Some areas where you witness early marriages and early pregnancies.
Early marriage has been really addressed by the provincial administration. And if at all it is happening, it happens this way. If at all it is happening, if the head teacher is cornered when he's not bright enough, he tells you, we have come for this girl for a transfer. We want to take this girl to Gadseni Primary. But in the real sense, they have agreed two families to marry the girl, because the girls are source of wealth here. Then I'll have to make a follow-up. Which school? Gadseni Primary. Okay. Do you have the number of the head teacher? I don't have the number. No, go to that school, get the number of the head teacher, then get the form that is going to join either class 6 or class 7, then bring.
For evidence.
For evidence.
Yeah.
When they have been cornered that way, you can find them, they have disappeared. They won't come for the girl for the transfer. Then we'll find that now it is not a genuine transfer.
It was an arrangement.
It is an arrangement.
We're now here. We've come to see you. We've come to speak about the education program here. But what are your hopes? Do you think something can be salvaged or rescued, or do you think we've reached a point where it's almost a point of no return?
Education will solve all issues in any community. Education is power. And once you deny people education, you have handcuffed them. Want to help the society to grow, then that is, they should take the technocrats, because we are the people at the ground. We know where really this community, where they are going through. See, we know, me, I know. For you, you are at Nairobi. You have come for a date or for this interview and then go. But for tomorrow and on for so forth, I'm with them. So I know their challenges that they are putting. So when I'm talking with a lot of zeal.